Ho, 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 my God, it's time once again for another It's a Mimic Christmas special. This time it is the final chapter in our Christmas trilogy. Will someone finally get revenge on Gumdrop's behalf? If you haven't listened to the first 2 Christmas episodes, go back and succumb to the insanity there within. This chapter has 3 DMs, Megan, Kyle, and Dave, who have a basic idea of what the story should be as they work together, but they have not seen the others' notes, and of course they do not know what the players are bringing to the table. Megan will be going first in part 1, then Kyle in part 2, and Dave in part 3. The players are Terry, James, and Brad. We tried to find the 3 most chaotic murder hobos we could to try and ruin Christmas. So, grab your rum and eggnog and curl up with someone who appreciates your penchant for holiday-themed shenanigans and your demented sense of humor. Because this is going to be a wild ride through the snow. I have no idea what's about to happen. All I know is that I can't be legally held responsible for this in a court of law. So, God bless us everyone, because we're gonna fucking need it.
All welcome here today to prepare
Text,
a 5th
Megan.
level character for a wonderful Christmas episode. So roll a d20. Let's find out who gets to tell us about the character first.
Yeah.
9.
Wait, I'm using
15.
Hang on, I'm using technology. 16.
16.
You get to go first.
All right, Terry, tell us a little bit about your character.
I will be playing. How do I get rid of this now? It's technology. Okay. I will be playing a dwarf, female dwarf paladin, oath of devotion, devoted to Christmas.
Of course.
Named Angelica Noel.
Lovely.
Super into Christmas. Love Christmas. I think Christmas is the best thing ever. And so I will defend it against all evil, and I will try my very hardest to encourage Christmas around the world, everywhere. I will put Christmas onto people, knowing that they will definitely love it.
Everybody loves Christmas.
I love that. Who is next, Brad?
All right, I was next. I will be playing a satyr. What am I playing? A bard. College of Creation specifically.
Yes.
All about creating Christmas carols, Christmas music, and most importantly, Christmas cheer.
Christmas. Okay. What's your name, dude?
My name is Tumnus. However, I was rather small, so everybody calls me Tiny Tumnus.
Very cute. I love that. What about you, James?
I will be playing a variant human monk named Frank Costanza, and he has very many grievances he has to bring up with a lot of people, especially Gumdrop.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
He's got a list of grievances.
Great.
How's he gonna do in feats of strength?
He's pretty good at feats of strength. He's prepared for those as well.
Oh, we love that.
When you say variant human, what's the variant?
Angry.
Just angry?
Frank Costanza,
Pure
just
anger.
pure anger.
All right.
I am living off of anger, rage, and spite.
Yes.
That's how I live. That's how I grow. All right, let's begin, fam. So you guys were enjoying your quiet Christmases at home in the comforts of your family, in your hometowns, enjoying your mulled wine and all of those wonderful things and those comforts of Christmas that you do have. And you received a very troublesome letter.
There's a troublesome letter that the wine contains bits of mule.
Brad got it as well. I didn't want to interrupt. When you said muled wine, I was like, they
messed up.
It's a throwback. Anyway, so you received a letter in the mail to basically address the fact that unfortunately either a dear friend, family member, or just, a distant person that you knew in your life, maybe a work buddy, what have you, our great Gumdrop Spitwhistle unfortunately has passed away.
Oh, rest in peace,
This
Gumdrop.
is tragic.
Gumdrop. He owes me.
He owes you $20. You're not
No,
getting
he owes
that
me feats of strength
back. Oh, feats of strength.
from Iwo Jima.
Sorry, Frank.
Wow. All right, you guys have all been cordially invited to the homestead of the Spitwhistle family to basically be a part of the reading of his will and testament. Enclosed within it was a small map that basically is just a bare sheet with an X on it to show you where to go.
Perfect. That ought to do it.
So whichever way you guys decide to travel and to get to this place, depending on where you're from, how does everybody decide to kind of travel to get to where this place is? It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere.
Surely we should travel together. Now, is it a blank piece of paper because it's in the middle of the North Pole?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Tumnus prefers to prance everywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit of a dancer and a prancer, so that'll be his preferred method of transportation.
I feel like I should protect Tumnus if he's prancing. I'm not one for prancing, but I will protect others' right to prance. So I will go with Tumnus.
Frank will get his Navy buddies to take him there,
Excellent.
just to make it real easy.
To the North Pole?
Yes.
Makes
To be
sense.
clear, it is a very private invitation. So should you rock up with anyone extra,
Just a helicopter to land me there.
All
It'd be fine.
When the hell is an uninvited group of military personnel ruined any...
Exactly.
this team over here, between you guys, roll a d20, see who arrives first.
You're rolling for the both
Yeah,
of them.
14.
14. 10?
Of course-
Alright,
Of course he's first with the helicopter.
So helicopter lands. So do you exit on your own, or just hop out into the snow?
Yes, I'll hop out into the snow.
Okay, you fall 15 feet.
You're dead and alone.
So
It
basically,
happens.
what you see is you land basically where that X on that map was supposed to be. Like, you probably had somebody look at this map and be like, yep, that's 100% where it's supposed
There's
to
the
be.
big X there. We know where that is.
There is nothing. You're an empty, open field of just snow. There's also a very clear sky day. There's no blizzards, no snow. It's very quiet. You're just standing there on your own.
Frank's gonna start fuming and muttering under his breath, "Where the hell is this?" Very displeased.
Okay.
And continue walking around in angry circles, holding his metal quarterstaff
Yeah.
angrily.
And as the helicopter floats away into the distance, are you guys just prancing up?
I'm
the
prancing.
Well,
Wherever
I
go.
won't prance, but I'll walk beside Tumnus to ensure that nobody stops him from prancing.
All right. From a distance, you see these two. We got a gnome dwarf and a
Satyr?
satyr. You see a dwarf and a satyr. The satyr looks like he's prancing and jumping up and down out of excitement, followed by a dwarf female.
So you're the ones to take us, right?
Oh, good day, sir.
Where are we going? You're here to take us. Let's take us to the place.
I'm sorry.
You came to the X. I came to the X. You're here to pick me up. Where are we going?
I just hold up a piece of paper. The X. marks
Yes.
the
Now
spot.
take me to the map. Where are we going next?
Oh, you're not I thought he was guiding us.
I did not know who was guiding us, but
You two came up. I was
judging
here
from
first, so you're the
size of
guy.
the area and where the X is, how close to the X do we feel like we are?
In the middle of the X. The helicopter took me to the middle of the X. I planned this properly.
Oh, it did. Oh, okay, is that the case? Okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
Should we draw attention to our arrival,
I
perhaps?
feel like a helicopter coming in is a lot of attention.
Okay.
Maybe it's under the snow?
Perhaps it's under the snow. Now, did anybody bring a shovel?
No, I wasn't planning on coming to the poles.
I have a javelin.
All right. What are you guys' passive perceptions?
11.
Great.
16.
15.
15? All right, so between the satyr and the human, you guys start to hear the distant growls. And from the corners of what looks like, basically, you're standing in the middle of this white space, you see a small crowd of wolves start trying to creep up. Still quite a distance away, but you can just hear the faint sounds of the growls. And just behind that, you hear a small sound of a bell.
Dungeon Master, can I determine how many wolves are likely closing in on us?
That's a
Roll me
good
an actual
question.
perception check.
An actual perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now.
Careful, Terry's going to shoot the dog to slow them down.
There's some nuggets in here.
Wait.
You shoot a dog once, Terry. You never leave.
Never again.
10.
10. No, you just see a bunch of weird little black dots flying around.
All right. This is honestly how I think we should go down, okay? These are wolves. They're going to run away if they think they're going to die. We need to all jump on one and fucking murder it. Murder it. Murder. So that the rest of them go, I'm not going to do that.
Maybe they're friends.
I mean, okay.
They could be Christmas wolves.
They might be Christmas wolves.
Frank, you can still hear the sound of a bell ringing ever so lightly in the distance.
So the wolves are, circled us
Yeah.
fully.
Not fully. They're kind of like, to describe this, you guys are standing in the middle of this open field.
Okay.
They're surrounding you in almost like a horseshoe.
Okay, and the bell's coming from the center of that horseshoe?
It's coming actually from if you were to travel away from the horseshoe.
To the bells. It must be Santa.
You're not worried about these wolves at all?
No!
I'm worried about these wolves. Personally,
Do you want me to fucking chuck a javelin into one? I mean, it depends. We don't need to start trying to kill wolves right away. I'm just nervous about the wolves.
me too. I say we quickly move away from the wolves while keeping an eye on them.
I'm going to keep this javelin right here. It's an audio medium in my hand.
A javelin in my hand.
Oh, this javelin in my hand. And if one looks like it is getting ready to attack us, then I will throw a javelin.
I will do a similar action, but I will hold my fists in my hand. And if one looks to be attacked, I will rush it and beat the hell out of it.
I will also hold one of Frank's fists.
I'm going to be like, here, puppy, puppy.
Roll initiative.
Yes.
This is how we do it.
Well, that'll be a nat 1. Plus 4.
Wow, good start for you.
13.
15.
And a 5.
Alright, so we have Frank, Angelica, and then Tumnus.
Do you want to know something tragic? So, usually because I'm on the DM side, not the player side these days, I haven't actually used D&D Beyond that much. So I was like test rolling things as we were getting ready here, and I just test rolled and rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
That would have been my next roll, which would be this attack.
Oh, sweet summer child. Too bad that didn't all work out for you.
I know.
It's like rolling when the DM doesn't tell you yet.
Yeah, right?
Doesn't count.
That's very true. Alright, so these wolves are probably going to stay around 50 feet away from you.
All right.
You will see that at the very end of the horseshoe, one of the wolves does look much larger than the rest of them.
Okay.
And two of the wolves, one on the right, one on the left, are going to start running towards you at full tilt, but they're only going to reach about 20 feet away from you.
Really?
Yep.
I can chuck this javelin into it then?
Sounds good. Frank, you're first, though.
Okay, I'm going
Oh, wait,
to...
no, do I get to count that as a ready to action? Absolutely, you can throw your javelin.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, screw you, James.
It's okay, I can go kill it after.
18.
It's fair. 18 to hit with your javelin?
Yeah.
That absolutely hits.
Do you want me to roll my second attack now?
Sure.
Or what's your style, DM? How can that be cocked on there? 8 total.
8 for the second hit?
Yeah.
Does not hit second hit.
Okay, so damage for the first one?
Yep.
9 points piercing.
Alright, so are you going to aim for left or right for you?
When in doubt, go left.
Fair enough. Alright, so you rip this javelin straight across and, like, with true distance, hits into the shoulder of the wolf, kind of slowing it down, but it is still up.
Okay.
Alright.
Where are our sound effects over there?
Wow!
Sound effect DMs?
Was that the javelin hitting or the wolf being hit?
Yes!
That's the wolf going, what?
He's been listening to too much pop radio.
Yeah.
Right?
Too much Cardi B right there.
That's a wet-ass puppy, yeah.
Oh, God.
I want to go home already. Alright.
Fair.
Frank, you see this happen. What do you do?
I'm going to run over to that same wolf and punch it twice.
Okay.
24? 22?
Absolutely, that hits.
Okay, and I'll roll the other attack for a 23.
Okay, we'll roll the damage for the first one first.
Thud, thud.
10.
How do you want to do it?
Just punch it through the eye.
Great.
Just bah!
Awesome. Do you want to turn your directions of your other attack towards the other one?
Yeah, I have movement left, so I might as well.
Might as well. Sure. I'll count your original roll as a hit.
Oh, that was not nat 20,
Not
but
a
better.
It still hits, I promise.
Oh, that sucks. 6.
6?
6 damage.
6 damage? Okay, that's good. Alright, so basically, Angelica, you're next, so in actual initiative order. So you throw your javelin, we have Frank then goes up, punches one through the eye. Is it like blood splattered all over like the snow?
Opposite direction, though.
Phenomenal.
Like,
Great.
perfect triangle going out.
Yeah, and then
Tarantino style.
and like a graceful swan, you run across the snow, and then you
It's
like
like, bah!
land another bat on the other wolf's head. So Angelica, what do you do for your turn?
You're Angelica.
Oh shit, it's back to me.
So you're
Okay.
ready to action, my gay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I'm just gonna... How many wolves are in sight now?
One wolf's charging still. The other one's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna multi-attack Warhammer this thing right here. How do I get back to... There we go. Okay, first attack is... 22.
Nice.
Absolutely. That is.
Second attack, 22. First attack damage, 11.
Okay, how do you want to do it?
I want like straight through the center of the skull, like collapse its skull from the top down, so that it hits the ground. Like I just completely stopped it in its charge.
Amazing.
Whack!
Whoop-bap! Alright, Tumnus, your turn.
So what's left on the battlefield?
Basically now we're back to just the horseshoe that's surrounding you that's over 50 feet in distance.
Okay, they're still over 50 feet away?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna say, I think these puppies just need a little rest, and I am going to cast Sleep on them. So within a 20-foot sphere, how many can I get?
With a 20-foot sphere.
Yeah.
Are you targeting... What are you targeting?
So I'm going to target one of the wolves. Basically, I want to get as many wolves as I can within the area of the spell.
Okay, so basically in my mind, then you would probably cast it on like the giant wolf that's standing at the head of the horseshoe.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be able to get, I'm going to say around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sounds
5.
good.
Yeah.
So for 10, 11, 12, 14 hit points worth of wolves will fall asleep.
Great.
Well, that might be one.
Yeah, I think
so
that'll be
you,
one.
Yeah, you basically...
Yeah.
How I'm going to play this, though, because like, what it's going to be is going to be probably 2 of the smaller dogs will fall.
Okay.
And they'll fall asleep. But the main, like...
Yeah, it
head
always starts
wolf
with the
is
ones with
still
the
up.
few hit
Yeah,
points.
and it works its way in. So he
Perfect.
basically... The horseshoe still exists, but 2 of them have fallen asleep. Alright, now we're at the wolves. You kind of start hearing them turn from a growl to almost like a whine. They've watched some of their friends be beaten to death, you know? Mercilessly beaten to death.
That's what I said would happen.
Then the head wolf lets out a large, like loud growl, and a beowulf howl. shall we say.
Howl.
And the rest of the wolves start to slowly back away.
All right. Do we hear the jingling of the bell still?
It is, yeah, it's a single bell that just...
It's gotten louder at any point.
It's kind of like a constant like ring that just happens every 15 to 20 seconds.
How far away does it sound like it is?
Roll me perception.
I shall.
19 plus things.
9. I'm not good at that.
You're focused on the fact that you just murdered a wolf.
24.
24 for you? Alright, so between Frank and Tumnus, you're kind of like looking at each other, you see these wolves kind of start to slowly back away. You kind of still hear that ring, you kind of look up in the sky, have like a look around, and you can kind of tell that it probably sounds like it's around 100 feet away and yet right beside you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I say we go to the bell. It might be Santa.
Let's go to the bell.
Let's go to the bell.
Let's go to the bell. Yeah, okay.
So you guys just start walking forwards?
Yeah, walking in the direction wherever we
Keeping
did.
an eye on the wolves,
I love
make
the
sure they don't
carnage
come
you're
back.
just leaving behind as you walk forward.
Oh,
can still-
Thomas isn't even looking back. He's just dancing along in the direction of Santa Claus.
Mm.
But I want to use my divine sense to detect good and evil. But it has a range of 60 feet, so I don't want to cast it until I feel like I'm within 60 feet. But I did not roll well, so I won't do it yet. Until I see something.
Fair enough. You let me know.
Okay.
You guys get about 10 feet, and then one by one you feel your bodies pass through a force field. Ooh. Basically, you kind of feel like a small amount of joy, and the scent in the air changes. You are now smelling the smells of Christmas. You are now smelling cinnamons, nutmegs. You're smelling hot chocolate in the distance, Baileys on a nice cold morning.
Oh.
You know, like just perfection.
Alcohol and work.
Right? Great.
I told you it was Santa. Let's go.
Tumnus, you were right, and I should have listened to you. Do you think those wolves were bad guys that we killed?
No, I think they were Santa's friends.
All right. Well, let's all agree to not tell Santa.
They were aggressive.
They were aggressive.
Were they
And the
aggressive?
American police have taught me
They
aggressive
growl.
dogs need to be put down.
They did growl. They did growl.
We did our job.
Dogs just
We protected
growl.
people.
I don't know.
And you
Anyways, that's behind
hear
us.
an ahem.
I won't get through a live play without killing a dog. So.
That's true. That kind of started out with that for a reason. You hear a loud ahem from just in front of you. You guys kind of look up to see, and you see your surroundings. You see a tiny little path that goes all the way up what looks like a giant hill, and what should be a house that sits on the top. You don't see anything, but there's a path that kind of goes up into the distance. The lawn itself is covered in snow, as it should be, but you see Christmas decorations galore. But instead of what you would expect, like cute little elves and cute little like light up Christmas trees and things like that, you're actually seeing a Christmas battle scene.
Ooh.
So you're seeing the sleigh coming down and crashing into a city and it like being lit on fire, shall we say, but it's just lit up with lights. Like it's like almost like a display of history, but within
Diorama.
a diorama, large diorama. And then right at the front of the path, you see a Goliath standing there beside a pole, just lightly ringing a bell.
Who was the voice that we heard? Or go, was it from the Goliath?
Yeah.
Oh, good day. You must be a friend of Santa's.
Oh, gods, no. But, I assume you were all here for the proceedings of Gumdrop.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gumdrop died.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
funeral?
right. Forgot about that.
What's going on with that battle scene behind you? Because I happen to really like Christmas, and I feel that there's very negative connotations there.
Oh, clearly you have not been brought up on the histories of the proper Christmases past.
Evidently not.
Apparently not. You tell me what you think you know about Christmas, and I will correct you.
Interesting. Well, absolutely, I think what we're going to have to do is here, I'm just going to make sure we have everybody that we need. You see him where he traditionally pulls out 2 different lists. And then he looks directly at Frank, and he's like, and who might you be?
Stanza.
Stanza. He rolls one list open, kind of goes down through it. Rolls up another one, pulls it out, goes down. Yes. Not fond of Gumdrop.
His own choice. He left me in Iwo Jima.
Well, you are in his will and testament, so you're definitely welcome. Rolls up the scrolls, then goes down to Angelica. And who might you be?
I am lawful good paladin, Angelica Noel, defender of Christmas.
Same thing happens. He rolls out one list, but the first list he rolls, he actually goes, okay, absolutely, you are on the list. And I believe that you are here as a defender of Christmas, and I think that you will understand a little bit more once we get inside. But then who are you? He looks...
My name's Tumnus. My friends call me Tiny Tumnus. I'm here because I got a letter with an X.
Oh, you seem very, very faithful and understanding. He says that as he unscrolls one of the scrolls. Yes, absolutely. You are on the list.
Frank was on the other list that we were on.
The better
Yeah, we were on
list.
one, and he was on the other.
You're on the easily convinced list, and you're on the better list.
Yeah, definitely not the naughty and nice lists.
Yeah.
It was the gullible and
Yes, the gullible and
wise it.
non-gullible list, obviously.
100%. Like on the back it says. I'm just kidding. You see him tuck the right back into his jacket. You actually notice that his garb, he's wearing all red.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, white fur trim or all red?
Just all red, like a nice like pinstripe red.
Blood red.
Oh.
Like blood red, yes.
Okay.
So
He's a vampire, guys. Watch out.
Hey, you know what? Well, let me just detect good and evil right now, Dungeon Master.
how does it work?
Divine Sense. So as an action, I will detect good and evil, so until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Within 60 feet?
Within 60 feet. If I'm not within 60 feet of the Goliath, I will put myself within 60 feet of him. If he's like over there, 65 feet away.
He's good.
He's good?
Yep. You get no sense of negativity coming from him whatsoever.
I want to show off my forest green cloak that I have.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I love the suit. You're lucky. I've determined that you're not a celestial, fiend, or undead. So,
Well, I'm glad that you're that perceptive.
that's what I do.
I'm so sorry, friend. I forgot to gather your name.
Oh, I am also a Frank,
Oh.
but of the incense family.
Ah. How insensitive of me not to ask sooner.
It's all right. I am but a humble servant of Christmas, and she'll look directly at it. Well, he'll look directly at Angelica, also a servant of Christmas.
I'm a better servant.
Sounds like a great place. I'm so glad we're here.
You should fight over it.
We
You should have a battle over it. I think you should determine
Who
your
is the
Christmas
true-
love
Just a duel.
over the battle of the duel.
By the way, this is a battle royale. I'm just kidding.
I will.
Okay.
I'll kill your key NPC.
Die in a fire. Hey, man, you do whatever you want to do.
You're going to murder him.
It's a golden opportunity.
That's it. Get out.
I'm glad that landed the way it should have. Thank you. He's like, all right, well, there's no time to waste. And he'll reach into the other side of his jacket and he pulls out a snow globe and starts to shake it. And then all of a sudden you see that within this force-fielded globe, it starts to snow.
Whew.
Ooh.
Delightful.
And then from a distance, all of a sudden this beautiful, tiny little gingerbread hut appears at the top of the hill. And he says, come, come. And then all of a sudden behind you appears this really shitty looking sleigh and a horse. And says, hop on. And then he
Can I hop on the horse?
Sure.
I'm a dwarf. I don't like horses.
animal handling.
I'm gonna get on the shitty
I've changed my
sleigh.
mind.
Sleigh, yeah.
I'm gonna get. I'll get in the sleigh.
I can see you approaching the horse and then
Changing your mind.
then frankincense is like, mm-mm.
No.
Not for you, friend.
In fact, he'll get up on the horse, and it looks ridiculous because the horse is small. He's a Goliath.
Right, yeah.
It's great. And then, like, charges you up the hill.
Okay.
How fortunate of us to find such a welcome.
This is wonderful and so magical. I'm having the time of my life.
How you doing, Frank?
Angelica is really, really loves Christmas, but it's hard for me to.
It's hard for Terry to muster
It's hard for me to do that.
I love it. Okay. You guys get to the house, and you notice that it is very much like a gingerbread house. There's windows of stained glass, but clearly made of edible candies, those kinds of things. Large candy canes strewn about, and then a bunch of icicles that flow around the estate, basically.
I'm gonna reach out to one of the candies and look at Frank. Do you mind? May I?
Oh, absolutely. Everything is edible.
You just gotta start munching on one of the candies.
What does it
How's
taste
your
like
curse taste?
What does it taste like?
What kind of candy did you grab?
Like a gumdrop, something along those lines.
Those.
Oh, no, do you have a Turkish delight?
Turkish delights. We do have some inside. Absolutely.
Okay, well I can wait. I'll just grab a gumdrop for now.
Those are a classic for the family. Absolutely.
I just want to make sure that you're doing Christmas correctly. What date did you erect this gingerbread house?
This gingerbread house. Today is Christmas Day. Sorry, Christmas Eve.
Obviously, I knew that.
Christmas Eve today. Yeah.
Today's Christmas Eve.
Okay. Please have it down January 1st.
Wow. Okay.
According to regulations.
According to regulation. According to Christmas regulations.
December 1st to January 1st. No exceptions.
No, man. November 11th at 12:01 p.m.
Loves Christmas, but a stickler for the rules.
Stickler for the rules. Stickler for the rules. But
That's the lawful.
That's how you appreciate Christmas more.
All right. So you see Frank hop off a horse and then guide you guys up to the front entrance of the house. And then he kind of opens the door and walks in. Kind of gets out of the way so you guys can walk in first. Who goes first?
Tumnus, 100%.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to protect Tumnus, so I'll go behind Tumnus. Okay. Slightly
I'll
taller.
definitely be going last.
Yeah, you're just so skeptical. of
Yeah,
the whole
100%
situation.
skeptical.
Absolutely.
You guys sure you don't want a candy on the way in? They're delicious.
Are they delicious?
Everything here is delicious. It's Christmas.
It doesn't sound like
Okay.
Christmas.
I'll have a little cane. I'll have a candy cane.
Amazing. Well, yeah, absolutely. So as you walk in, Tumnus, basically what you're walking into is what looks like a church. There's pews lining the outsides, and at the very front, at the very end, you see what would be an open casket. You guys are arriving basically to Gumdrop's
funeral. Okay.
You would kind of have expected that there might have been more people here, especially knowing a little bit of Gumdrop's history and the connections that he has. You may have been expecting that there would be a crowd. You would not be the only ones arriving. So it seems a little bit weird that it's quite quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank will kind of allow you to guys please have a seat.
Are we the first ones here, Frank? Are there more coming?
Oh no, I only had 3 names that I was expecting today.
Took a long time to scan those lists for 3 names.
That's true. It did
I was
take you a
going to
long
say the
time.
same.
It did take a long time. And technically that means there should have only been one name on his list.
So either he's illiterate, or was trying to put the letters together in his head.
Maybe it's dyslexia.
I would have noticed that.
Even for one name, dyslexia shouldn't cause you to jump.
Yeah.
Expecting one
And
name that
his
looks
name-
similar to mine.
His name is the
Boom,
same
we're
as your
good.
name. You just have to look for your own name on a
I
list.
couldn't do it. Do you need glasses? I know a guy down in
Even then,
Queens.
you know that the blur is the same name as your name. So.
Same blur.
I also have a doctor to help with the head up there if you need that too.
It might be a 2.
He's down in Staten Island.
He just goes
Give him my name, he'll help you out.
If you think it's a tumor, I have lesser restoration.
Can we just?
Yes.
I do as well, actually.
Oh, you
We're gonna
do?
be just fine.
Great.
You would completely ignore your comments and walk straight down the aisle towards the casket at the end. He does kind of say, have a seat, find you make yourselves comfortable. There are some refreshments and snacks on the left, and you'll see a table. It's just an array of Christmas treats. Ooh. And then to the right, you're going to see a giant hearth with a fire going and all that kind of stuff. Stockings hung all in a row. But then there's this giant casket at the very end.
Is it open?
Do you approach it?
Yes.
Tumnus is definitely going to go take a look to try and pay some respect
You should check your Evil Dead over here.
to his old friend.
You want me to blast that again?
Yeah, I
You know what
do.
I was going to do, actually? Because I know Gumdrop, right?
Yes. So, are you guys kind of walking towards it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me describe it a little bit for you. So the casket itself is clear glass.
Whoa.
Think of it kind of almost like a Snow White
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel. So you can actually see the body of Gumdrop laid in within this glass piece, and you can feel a strong magic emanating from this casket.
Oh, let me see what I got here.
What flavor of magic is it?
Hmm?
Is it like necromancy, restoration? Like what type do we know?
Enchantment.
Just basic enchantment?
Yeah.
Alright, given that, I'm going to take 10 minutes as I can, as a ritual to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
So basically, as people are milling about and we're waiting for things to start, I just want to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. Detect Magic, remind me, just as the type and
So,
the spell.
yeah,
and
it will give you the presence of magic, the type, anything that is magical within 30 feet, and it can penetrate more. So yeah, the school of magic. If
Okay.
it's magical, in what school?
It's all enchantment.
Okay.
Basically, imagine you are inside of a magical snow globe right now.
Right.
So you just all of a sudden get hit with like this wave of just Christmas feel.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're just like, holy fuck. There's so much joy and yet sadness.
Right.
Because
It's
of
still a funeral.
this fallen warrior that is in front of you. And because you
Right.
get that sense that losing this person was losing something of Christmas.
Right.
So this casket, then you get the feel. It's kind of like I guess, because it does say with whatever spell it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the school, not the actual spell itself,
Okay.
but the school that
Cool.
it belongs to.
You get the feel, though, that this casket and the magic that's emanating from it is what is creating the snow globe.
Okay.
Casket.
So,
It's kind of like where the heart of the magic is.
exactly.
Right.
It's
So-
Christmas magic.
Woo!
Yeah.
While Tumnus is doing this, because it's going to take about 10 minutes, is there anything around, like maybe a write-up, like a eulogy, any pictures of him at all, anything I can get information from, like for stuff like his mother's maiden name, model of his first car, maybe the elementary school that he went to, this kind of information.
There's
First street he lived on.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perception.
That's name.
Okay. Come on.
I like how the least perceptive character is the one that's trying to look
Yeah.
around as much as he possibly can. There's a
7.
generic thing I'll give you, though. Sorry?
7.
Okay, so all you see within the room is, if you're kind of browsing around, you see the table of treats to the left, you see the hearth on the right. Where the casket actually lays, there is, of course, a pedestal that does have a book on it, but it's written in a language. What languages do you know?
Celestial and infernal.
You can't understand it.
Playing both sides of this.
Yeah.
You gotta know what the enemies sing.
Yeah, so you don't understand. It's a language you don't understand.
Okay.
But if you look above to the wall, just on the top, you see images of 9 warriors in different, in a strewn of, images and posters.
Yeah. Sorry, celestial and dwarvish.
Dwarvish?
Got that wrong.
Still
Yeah.
don't understand
I was
it.
going to do infernal, but I needed dwarvish because I'm a dwarf. So I did.
And then there's little plaques underneath each name. Sorry, underneath each image of warrior. Do you look at the posters at all?
Yes.
Cool.
So you're the one looking.
Okay,
That's
but
up to you.
I can't make head nor tails of this. If anybody wants to help me, I feel like these are important, but I can't.
Okay, yeah, I'll scan across the pictures to see if there's anybody I recognize.
The main and largest image
Yep.
is a warrior's name who's Rudolph Nightbringer.
Rudolph Nightbringer.
That'd be like Daystar or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the other posters will have the subsequent,
Mm-hmm.
reindeer.
Yeah.
Reindeer.
Are they all Nightbringer or?
No, all have different.
They'll have different last names?
Yes.
What are the last
Nightbringer
names?
One's name is Nightbringer, Daybringer, Daystrider.
You get the vibe.
Nightbringer seems counterintuitive to Rudolph's
Yeah.
role.
Whole name.
Might seem like that. Someone give me who likes history?
I'll do.
Someone throw down a history check.
10.
21.
All right, so oh god, sorry, I'm gonna turn off the audio of my computer. My bad. Such a professional. You would know a little bit of the Battle of Tinkerville,
Mm-hmm.
which was where there was a very, very large battle between Frosty the Snowman and the reindeer. So this is definitely a historical homage to that battle.
Okay, and the image that was up front, would that then bring that same memory? It looked like that was tied to
Absolutely.
it.
So now that you think back to what you guys saw in the fields,
Yeah.
that battle was being represented within lights in Christmas Field.
Right.
So, and it was one of the first battles of the Gumdrop Christmas history.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, it seems to be in reference to the many great trials that our friend Gumdrop faced over the years.
He was very brave. I think I do.
This guy's like, fuck this.
Yeah. Fuck Gumdrop's bravery.
Fuck
I do
Gumdrop.
not believe.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard the stories? The wonderful tales of Gumdrop?
I have fought with Gumdrop in a war.
How was he?
Wow.
Not good.
He wasn't good?
No.
He was amazing.
You thought he was amazing?
Have you not heard the tales?
Well,
Maybe if amazing is abandoning allies under fire.
oh, what? God, so
Oh
heavy.
my god.
This is a Christmas episode. You never heard of Blue on Blue, Tumnus?
Alright. So this takes about 10 minutes because you're doing your ritual. You're kind of looking around. You tell them the story of the history of Christmas. That's kind of being explained here. And as you guys are there, all of a sudden, a door from underneath the Rudolph's poster opens. And a small, stout halfling who looks like he came ripe from battle, scars across his face, walks through that door and says he was a brave man.
A good man and a brave man, from what I understand.
You guys are lucky to be in the presence of this man.
Agreed.
Obvious question. Who are you?
Oh, I am John of Clay.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to get the proceedings over and done with. We do not have much time. I understand you guys he has prepared a will and testimony for the three of you. However, I would love for you all to take a moment and pay your bests to our friend Gumdrop. I'm sure he would love to hear some of the memories of your lives. Who would like to go first?
Oh, Tumnus will absolutely step up first. I still remember the day my dad told me of the tale when the two of you fought side by side. He told me how strong you were, how brave you were. And then I remember when you came to my first birthday party. Oh, what a great time. And you blessed me with this wonderful jug of alchemy. I have never let it go since.
Sorry, on your first birthday this was?
Yes.
Did you remember?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a very good memory.
Okay, clearly.
Amazing.
Yes.
And you understood that it was a jug of alchemy that he was giving you?
Not at the time. I've grown over time to
Okay.
understand just how wonderful this gift was.
That was very lovely. I'm sure he'll miss you a lot. Who's next?
Yeah, Tumnus, look, I came here because I needed some stuff from you, but it's not available. But I will protect Christmas in your honor, and I will do it using this this cloak that you gave me years ago. I remember. It's a cloak of protection, and it has protected me quite well. So thank you for that, and thank you for all of the good times. And I'm struggling to remember your last name now, but I know that we did like each other once.
You hear in the back of your mind,
Spitwhistle.
That's the porn parody.
Yeah.
we have porn parodies already?
Spitwhistle.
Did you not know?
Yeah.
Like when you write a date.
We record those in New Year's.
What have you been doing back here?
Dave does all the illustrations. It's
Yeah,
actually
being
animated.
fair.
Getting his ideas.
And sound
my
effects.
goodness.
Whap, whap, whap.
And John will look at Angelica and be like, I'm sure he will love that you are here to fulfill his missions. And then he'll look at Frank. Your words from you.
Frank will tell of the time where in 2 separate battles he fought with Gumdrop. The first one, they had a good time about it, and they were allies. The second, Gumdrop was sent to get reinforcements and never returned, and reinforcements never came. So Frank was captured by the enemy. That's why he has a beef with Gumdrop.
That must have been very hard for you.
He's dead.
Captured
now,
in a POW camp for 3 years is very hard.
I feel like the end of this one shot's going to be Frank waking up on the floor wearing soiled underwear with empty whiskey bottles. Like in a hotel room in like Vietnam or something,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my god.
With a-
Like
Living your dream,
1987.
Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
With a hand crossbow and one bolt.
Grave.
Alright. John says, well, that was good and lovely. Everybody have a seat. I have some shit to say.
This has been a wonderful funeral.
Right? 3 of us here.
Truly magical.
Alright. He'll look at, not you, Frank, but Frankincense, and ask him to come forward. Frankincense will come forward and bring the snow globe that was shaken. John will flip it over, open up what would be the battery pack,
Yeah.
a small piece of paper and unfurls it into a large piece of paper.
It's more than 7 folds. That's pretty impressive.
It's magic, my guy, of Christmas. Should I say.
Does it have more than 3 names on it?
Probably not. Too much for Frank.
Yeah, it's way too much for Frank. All right. And he starts to read. So these will be of the words of our dearly departed Gumdrop.
Oh, Gummy.
Thank you for gathering upon my request. This must mean I have been removed from my post, whether by force or by death. I assure you it was no accident. The Claws man has been after me for years, so I have traveled from land to land via this snow globe, and year after year have tried to finally bring an end to his reign. Due to this, I have had a target on my back. This was going to be the year, but now I entrust this one last stand upon you. Any action. And then you'll see John pulls out a small, tiny bag, and then pulls out a small gift box, hands one to Tumnus,
Ooh.
hands one to Angelica,
Thanks.
and then hands one to Frank.
Thank you.
What could it be?
Roll for initiative to open your gifts.
Yeah. That'll be a 14.
Okay.
9.
11.
All right, so Tumnus, you open yours first.
All right. What do I find?
You actually find a smaller version of the snow globe.
Ooh.
And basically what it does is when you shake it, it casts the spell Daylight.
Ooh, all right.
So basically 60-foot radius sphere of light appears, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what that does.
Limited number of uses?
Has
Or
one charge.
One charge, okay.
All right, who was next? Sorry?
What?
Angelica, you open yours and you pull out a black icicle.
Fucking right. Let's go.
The perfect murder weapon.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm in.
For our historian here, you would understand that it actually came from the depths of the North Pole and was actually used within a few of the battles that Gumdrop had actually been through, and it is a very historical item. It can be used only as a dart projectile. Damages 2d4 magical damage, and if pale, the Constitution save to be poisoned for 1d4 rounds while it melts.
Holy shit. Is this a custom item or will I find it on here somewhere?
I customized it.
So let me write out all of this.
I'll copy and paste it too if you like. All right, Frank, do you even open your gift? What are you feeling right now?
What does the gift look like?
What'd you get, Frank?
You gotta move on eventually.
It'll
man.
just be a little box wrapped neatly with a little bow.
Yeah, what color is the paper?
The paper itself is like an off emerald green. So you would almost think that if it was to glow, it would probably, look like it was green.
Grumpily, I'm going to open it.
Phenomenal. So you pull out a small pouch. And at first you look kind of confused as to why there's this tiny little pouch. Do you reach into the pouch?
I guess.
Cool.
Well, don't display it's a sack. Open it. See what's inside.
Yeah.
I reach in.
He got a good gift.
So you rifle through, you don't feel anything at first, and then all of a sudden you feel what feels like rocks, and you pull it out, and it is a bag of coal. But technically, you would understand, being, a creature of understanding things, that it's actually a bag of unending coal. So this bag may look like a regular sack, but while holding it, you can actually take out 2 pounds worth of coal, and then it never runs out.
Okay, I'm rich. Thanks for that.
He can always pull coal out of that bag?
Yeah.
Always pull 2 pounds of coal out.
Nice, man.
How much does coal go for nowadays?
The coal itself, however, basically
that's a good
consumes
point.
itself within 12 hours. So you can pull it out, you get 2 pounds of coal, but after 12 hours it disappears.
That's fine. There's poor communities everywhere buying coal.
Yeah, man.
Fair.
How much is 10 pounds of coal if you do that for
That's
5
I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
$258 a ton.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's not bad.
How much a ton?
For a
You're
ton.
rich.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
You're
That's a
rich,
lot of
man.
work.
That's a lot of work.
All right. It's like, well, I know Gumdrop wanted you to have those. I feel like they're going to be a necessity in your mission. Now follow me. And he turns around
Mission?
and walks through the door that he actually came through.
Huh. I thought we were just here to pay respects.
Do you follow?
Well,
worries.
if Gumdrop requests it, I will do it.
I'm in.
And I start prancing behind.
I'll let him prance. I'll make sure nobody stops him from prancing.
Just imagine Terry leading him. He's just got the javelin,
That's right.
poking people away.
You let him prance!
Yeah.
You 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so you guys kind of descend a spiral staircase into the depths of what feels like forever. But then you come across and go through a giant metal door, and what you see looks like it would be a war room. So basically right in the center there is a table where a map should be, but does not exist. On the walls, you see a bunch of TV screens that show the chimneys and tops of everyone's houses in the towns that are surrounding this area. And it's just strewn about all of these plans. Yeah. And then on one wall, you see basically a giant murder board. So if you think like trying to figure out the murdering, X, Y, Z, but you actually see its images of Gumdrop.
Okay.
So
was there red strings on it?
100%.
The whole
yeah,
thing?
The whole nine
the whole
yards.
deal?
Like red strings connecting different things, all that kind of stuff. And you see John basically just goes to the head of basically the war table.
All right.
There are seats around the war table to sit as well.
Okay. I'll say to Frank. This Frank.
John of Claim. Frank is upstairs.
Sorry, John. Sorry. John.
Frank behind you is like, it's fine.
Oh, God. You guys are everywhere. I'm going to ask the obvious question about the murder board over here.
Yes, so that is the biggest piece of information to give. Everybody have a seat.
Okay.
Gumdrop was murdered. Kel,
get out!
Dun, dun, dun.
Who are you working for?
Murdered? By whom?
We have not quite found that out, obviously, as you can tell by the board. It's just kind of strewn about. All of our thoughts and our feelings are here, but we cannot quite find. But we do have a theory.
Tumnus looks over at Frank. Just stares
yeah,
in the
I mean,
eyes.
like, you kind of set yourself up as a suspect.
Murdered? Do you think I would have come here if I murdered him? And do you think I would have let them all stay if I murdered
Murderers
him?
always return to the scene of the crime. And if I've learned anything, do we have detect semen?
Detect semen?
Sorry, what? You're full of it.
Anytime.
I actually don't have that spell prepared. How unfortunate.
What kind of funerals do you go to?
Murderers always return to the scene of the crime, and there's always semen on stuff. So.
I think you're watching too much true crime.
Oh my goodness. And he kind of actually stands up and goes over to the murder board and like points to one image, which is the strewn about body of Gumdrop with an icicle that has fallen through his heart.
What color is the icicle?
Black.
Are you holding a murder weapon?
You gave me a murder weapon? You set me up. Here's a black icicle. Thanks. By the way, Gumdrop were killed with a black icicle.
We understand that Gumdrop would have wanted you guys to have it to avenge his death.
Oh, you get to kill the killer with the weapon. Oh, classic Gumdrop.
Yeah. I just think it's bullshit that you assumed it was the black icicle as well, right from the start. Nobody asked any questions.
We do believe that there is more at work here because technically his body is being well preserved. We don't think he is completely gone, but the murder attempt still stands.
Oh, we both have lesser restoration.
So
Let's go.
We do have lesser restoration. Yeah.
Has anyone tried to restore the body?
It won't. We think that the only way to restore Gumdrop is to defeat and finally rid of his arch nemesis, Santa Claus.
You said Narch Nemesis.
Narch Nemesis.
Narch Nemesis.
Said Narch Nemesis.
I was just going to let it have it.
And nobody gets away with anything on this podcast. You said Narch Nemesis.
I was going to let the Narch Nemesis go.
I was going to let Santa say.
No, nothing slides.
Santa? I know him.
Yeah, I'm also a fan of Santa. We think Santa did it?
He has been the bane of Christmas's existence for many, many years.
Uncle Gumdrop never told me that.
He was your uncle?
Yeah. Well, not my blood uncle, but...
He said, call me uncle?
Yeah.
Right.
He's my dad's friend.
No, that's not. You guys do this. I didn't say that.
I didn't
You
go there
implied
either.
it,
I
Terry.
didn't imply anything.
Terry and I did not go there.
The look
Everyone
you
else
gave
did.
when you
Everybody
said
else
that,
did.
Terry, was implied for the audio format.
No.
He'll look over at Tumnus and he'll be like, the wars that your uncle fought in were the wars against Santa Claus.
Well, this changes everything.
This does change everything. See, I'm loyal to Christmas, not necessarily Santa.
We are trying to bring Christmas back to its true meaning and true existence.
And I'm all about
We're bringing Christmas back.
That has been Gumdrop's wish and want since the beginning.
I mean, Christmas is about more than Santa Claus.
And I can guarantee you if he left you on a battlefield, it was for good reason.
Rolls my eyes
don't
heavily.
We don't.
We're not sure. Maybe he's an agent for Santa.
Yeah. Look, I'm in. I think we should kill Santa and any agents that we suspect.
That's like leads your head towards Frank.
What type of armor are you wearing there?
Medium. I have medium armor.
You have medium armor. Oh, I feel sorry.
A medium armor paladin.
And a shield and a cloak of protection. So,
Phenomenal.
best of luck.
Are you holding your shield right now, or is it on your back?
Holding it like this.
Okay.
And going,
Always
this guy
prepared.
over
Yeah,
here.
my Warhammer's poking over top. Like,
Poking.
this guy.
Poking at Frank.
All right.
All right, what's the deal? Where are we going? What are we doing?
So the plan was to finally set out a trap to entrap Santa, but we can only do that one night a year, and unfortunately that is Christmas Eve.
Hey, that's today.
That was yesterday, wasn't it? Oh,
No,
it's today.
it's today.
Okay. I was going to say, I'll see you in a year.
It's Christmas Eve.
Should have got the dates wrong.
Live play cancelled.
It's New Year's!
All right, guys. So 1 year later.
Are you no, I'm just kidding. But 12 days ago, upon his murder, this household was ransacked.
Oh, what was taken?
The map of the town. And to look down at the table where the map should have been.
Don't have
town is
spares.
Was anything else
No,
taken?
we are just a secret operative of 3 people.
Was anything else taken?
Sorry?
Was anything else taken?
Just the map of the town that we were going to, but Frank, point towards Frank, who's now standing right behind you.
So there.
God damn it, Frank.
Frank was able to thwart off the smaller of the enemies, but unfortunately, the main man got away.
Capture any of them?
So if I
We
understood this correctly, this place
Did
was
you leave them
ransacked.
alive?
And by ransacked, they meant
No.
took the map off the table.
Makes getting information useless.
Maybe they ran away with the sack.
Yeah. Just the map and the ransacking?
They made away with the map,
The map.
but Frank was able to retrieve something that we feel might be useful. And Frank then is now actually standing behind Tumnus.
Oh! Heavens!
Pulls out the 2 lists
Oh,
You need
yeah.
help
We
reading
can
those there,
recite
Frank?
those by memory.
and puts them on the table.
Frank.
3 names. Yeah.
Frank Costanza?
Do you unfold it?
Yes.
You unfold one of the lists, and it's actually full of names.
Ooh. I gave you a quick scan for my name.
Yeah, you find your name.
Oh, am I on there?
Is he on there as well?
Yes.
And Frank Costanza?
No.
Oh,
Check
this
the
one
other
must be
list.
yours. I hand him Frank the other one.
Just put it in my pocket.
Are you
Okay,
on
look.
the list? Check the list.
I don't need to check my list.
'Cause you're the only name on it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's my list.
Is he the only name on that list,
Well,
Frank?
we didn't look.
You don't know? You don't know?
Oh, yeah. We'd have to. Well,
Not
Frank
this
told
Frank.
us there's only 3 names
Not
on the
this
2.
Frank. This is confusing already.
I know 2 Franks.
Mr. Unsense. Is Mr. Costanza on that list? Who knows? John?
John's name would be on your guys' list.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, John, can we see the list again?
You gave me the list.
We have not determined the magic behind the lists just yet. Only that when you think of someone, it does technically highlight who you're trying to find. So it does take a moment, but if you think of a name, you can sometimes find it.
Frank, why are we having such a hard time
Can I
with
check
this?
Gumdrop's name on my list? Can I check Gumdrop's name
Gumdrop's
on my
name
list?
is not on either list.
Oh.
Gumdrop.
Can we check for Santa's name?
Not on the list.
Any of the reindeer?
All of the reindeer are on your guys' list.
And
Really?
Frosty.
Frosty's name is on his list.
Any other
Oh.
demigods or gods
hold
that I
on.
may
Oh,
know?
I
These
know.
are really
Gods
coming
on the
together.
list.
Oh, yeah.
There's
oh,
no
yeah.
gods' names on the list.
You're not keeping very good company there, Frank. What's going on?
Perfect.
You're fine.
Again, we do not quite understand the magic. All we know is that those lists are connected to the map that was taken.
How so?
In the fact that when you think of the name of the person that you're looking for, you can find them on the map.
Oh.
Big brother.
Big,
You're
that is
watching.
Big brother. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the map that we were able to retrieve that unfortunately was stolen was only for one town. So this is our only chance to find out where Santa Claus might be and what the best house and place to set that trap would be.
What are some of Santa's other allies?
Santa's other allies?
Yes.
You would have the gingerbread men to the south, but they were, occupied this evening.
They were?
They have their own Christmas traditions to go through.
Okay.
Just the gingerbread men work with Santa? Does he have no one else that is a close aid that we could look up on the list
Like
to
the
see where
reindeer?
they are in the town? Reindeer on our side, evidently, because we have their battle list inside the
Our
building.
side?
Well,
As I
I'm
look over
currently working for you guys, so
Okay.
yeah.
I see 2 lists, is all
2
I'm
lists.
saying.
There is 2 lists.
There's also a clan of shape-shifting wolves that live within the forest.
You killed 2 of those.
How many? They're on our side?
Yes, they protect the globe.
No,
Can I just-
I remember correctly.
I
So
want to
did
point
you say
something out.
shape-shifting wolves?
Yeah.
Well, when
If,
they
if,
thrust their head in, did they happen to change shape?
No.
It
if,
should be good.
if they were not very good at protecting the globe, you would probably want that information to be revealed
Now-
so that you could choose better protectors.
One question is, if they were attacked, they would honestly go to their allies to tell them. Have they told them? Have the wolves talked to you today?
Anyway,
Frank, Frank's now behind Frank. And
Can I I want to subtly give the Frank the signal not to say anything. Just like
Frank doesn't know.
That Frank doesn't know? Sorry, I'm getting
No.
Frank's
Doesn't work for
mixed
us.
up. I'm getting my
about the
Frank's
death of
mixed
the
up.
wolves?
Oh yeah, that's what we were asking about.
Yes, no, Frank knows
Okay.
about the death of the wolves. So
Who killed them?
He just does a small nod towards John, and John gives a small nod towards Frank.
Frank consents. Who killed them?
He just kind of grumbles to himself, and he's just that is an alliance we will continue to work with.
Sure.
I would recommend not approaching them from here on out.
They approached us
They're not
first.
I told you they were friendly.
They approached us first.
Yeah,
They were
growled
just
at us.
hungry and tired.
Yeah, they
We didn't approach them. They
They-
approached us.
they fucked around
They
and found out,
stepped.
so.
They stepped on us.
We understand your negligence. It is fine.
let's get the. We're gonna kill Sando.
The thief of the map is in the town.
Do we have his name?
We do not. He's not on the list.
Shame.
That would
But
be convenient.
Frank did see him when he was running and followed him as far as he could, and he is in that town.
Frank, what does he look like?
I did not see him.
Frank, what does he look like?
He was dressed all in black.
Black like coal?
Can we? How tall? How tall? You tell me when to.
The fact that you're a dwarf and you're making this
Yeah. As a dwarf, I'll start at my own head
Yeah.
and then I'll just
And-
work up and back down again. You tell me when, or if I start from the bottom, then.
stand on your chair.
I got it.
Just
Now
to
start-
save face, I won't stand on my chair. I'll just put the chair above me and then be like, "Is it
About there, yes.
okay?" So
Taller fella.
human, taller human,
His height.
or Goliath.
And then, you look over at Frank, who's now standing behind you. Look over your shoulder, and he is, twice the height of your chair being up in the air. And he's just, not as tall as I.
He's that big. Okay. John.
And sorry, which town is this?
This would be Tinseltown.
Tinseltown. All right. And
It's a small portion of what we call Hoursville.
Hoursville. All right. I don't suppose we have any contacts in Tinseltown?
No, we actually just arrived 12 days ago.
All right. Okay. Where do you recommend we start?
Question. You arrived 12 days ago. Was that before or after Gumdrop died?
The day of his murder.
The day of his
Is
murder.
the day that you arrived.
So who knew
Interesting.
you were coming here?
No one that we knew of.
Well, evidently someone did.
Correct.
So you have a leak on the inside.
Is it
That's
you?
why there's only 3 of us left.
So there's 2. Unless there's still 3 left.
As I said, there's still hope Gumdrop is still alive.
Okay. Does John seem suspicious?
Very.
Insight check?
Can I
On
insight,
John?
Can I insight check that?
Absolutely.
I'd love
Right
to
now.
insight check him.
What insight check?
I believe John will have
21.
You would, yeah.
Wait,
He's telling
wait,
the truth.
21.
He is not telling the truth to you. I'm just
Whoa!
No, he seems very truthful. He's just very, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And exhausted is what he feels. He senses that he's just tired.
Okay, where are we gonna... where do you recommend we start?
My recommendation is heading towards the town. We need to find the thief of the map. As I said, they are somewhere in town.
Somewhere in a town. Where are people trying to sell dodgy maps? Like in a tavern or
They wouldn't be
something?
selling this dodgy map.
Where would people be mouthing off about one? In the tavern? That's where you find things out.
If it's a local store, yeah.
Well, we gotta start somewhere.
Should we-
I say the tavern.
We'll
It's
probably
a good
try
place as any, unless our hosts here have some better ideas.
Taverns are always a great place to start.
Sure.
I could certainly use a glass of eggnog.
What were you going to say before?
I was gonna say rum and eggnog.
Okay, 'cause I
a
like
glass
said-
of rum is actually what I was gonna say. I'm
So
like,
they
that's not
said
it.
rump, and then
Yeah, no. You can certainly go for some rump steak.
I certainly go for some rump right now. Okay, tavern
Sure.
to the tavern.
Woohoo!
All right. Well, before you leave, and he'll start guiding you up towards up the stairs and back out towards the main foyer, and he'll guide you to the tray of treats. And
I was gonna say,
things like
if he's not guiding me there, I'm going there to grab
that.
that
And
shit.
he'll take one cookie, take a piece off of each one, and hand it to you. It's basically just meant to. Do you guys bite it? Eat it?
Oh, of course.
Okay. You feel whatever spell slots, whatever you expended.
Woohoo!
Repair.
Awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I
As
get
though-
one of those for the road?
No.
Thank
you.
This is mechanically, it's like a long rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'll hit one of those up. Get that divines.
I'm gonna try and pocket one.
Sleight of hand.
I'm going to put the one that was given to me into my pocket.
23.
23.
Yeah.
John of Clane doesn't notice it,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden you feel Frank's hand on your wrist.
Frank.
Wow,
Perceptive.
Frank! Sorry, Frank, I couldn't help myself. It was just so good, I wanted more.
It's fine. come along, and he like guides you out the front door.
I'll be a good boy.
So did he get to keep it, or what? Did he get to keep it?
Not the one he tried to steal, no.
Okay.
You're going to go on his list, so I won't
you're
try
gonna
that
be
again.
switching lists.
Yeah.
Be careful. We don't want any list swapping here.
So he's gonna guide you out to the front door, and he'll like offer up the sleigh that is out to help you guys get to the next town.
All right, let's hit it up.
Anybody want to drive it?
I'll drive. No one else wants to?
Animal handling.
How's your animal handling?
It's not good. Well, let's give it a go.
I don't mind driving.
Okay.
I've got away with animals. 14.
14. What's your vibe here? What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to sit up and like grab the reins right from the driver's seat of the sleigh.
Okay.
Grab the reins that are on the horse and just try and, yeah!
He seems to like you, but his name is Kevin.
Kevin, go!
There was Kevin.
Was he left at home alone?
Kevin.
He does prefer to sleigh on his own, yes. You will notice that the sleigh is very rickety.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys were too aggressive with this, it would probably start to fall apart.
All
Like,
right.
it is not in great shape.
Alright, noted.
But yeah, so...
Wait, do we even know where we're going? Do we get directions?
Yeah, can we get directions?
Oh, yeah, Frank will then hand you a small piece of paper, probably two, since you have the reins.
Yeah.
He'll hand it to Frank. And be
I'll
like,
take it.
Yeah. And if you unfurl it, you see that it's just a nice blank space with an X on it.
Yeah.
But it's obvious where you're supposed. There's like a directional piece you're supposed
Last time we followed a sheet with an X on it that had nothing on it, we ended up in the middle of nowhere.
We got attacked by wolves.
Yeah, any wolves to worry about this time around before we go?
No, we spoke to them. It's fine.
They're okay?
Yeah.
They got over that quick.
They did.
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, two of their brothers had their heads crushed.
I just gave 2 a nap.
Let's go!
Onwards, Kevin! On Kevin!
We're walking in the air.
What a great movie.
On Kevin and Kevin and Kevin and Kevin. On Kevin and Kevin and Kevin and
I was trying to come up with more. I'm like, wait, there's just the one Kevin.
And Devon.
Devon. All right, and just like that, we've got ourselves Tumnus at the reins as you guys in your one horse open sleigh dash across the fields towards
Dash across the snow?
Dash across the snow.
Don't think we'd be dashing, it's too rickety.
That's true.
I'm going to keep an eye out for any potential threats as we're dashing here.
No, Kevin's using double movement. He's actually dashing.
Oh,
That's his bonus
He's
action.
taking a dash action.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is bonus action.
Thune is just singing Christmas carols to himself as we go.
Okay.
Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Kevin seems to like that. He's really enjoying it. He's kind of like getting like egged
Yeah.
on by
Yeah,
like,
like-
yeah!
I'm happy. Angelica
You get an
loves
extra
Christmas
5 feet of
carols.
movement.
Yeah. And then if you actually look down at the sleigh itself, you see a small plaque that says McAllister across it.
Ah!
It's the
There it
make and
is.
model of the sleigh itself.
Oh, gosh.
Is this the McAllister 1 or 2?
Actually, McAllister 3.
Okay.
Yeah, someone has chicken pox somewhere.
Okay.
All right, and so you guys are off, slaying across the open.
We are on our way to Tinseltown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slaying.
within the lands of
Oursville.
So there you have it, the end of part 1, apparently. And now we follow in the footsteps of such cinematic masterpieces as The Hunger Games, Harry Potter, The Last Avengers movies, and Mission Impossible, and leave you hanging in the middle of the last installment for seemingly no reason except to sell more tickets. What a lucrative and not at all manipulative tactic. Stay tuned tomorrow when Canadians far and wide in the true north, strong and free, celebrate Boxing Day with part 2 of this harrowing holiday tale. Merry Christmas from It's a Mimic, where you never know what you're going to get.
Record button is hit. Can I just get a quick level check from everybody? We did one, but
Yeah, what's up? Check.
yeah, you're gonna be good.
I have to
James?
talk louder,
Yes, you
probably.
do.
That's
You're
we're
gonna
gonna like move in.
You're- yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
upsetting. I hate my life.
I'm actually gonna do that.
Yeah, because I'm also very quiet. So
Yeah, well, just gonna move the mic over there. I'm gonna try and move the mic the best I can. speak up, get my levels up.
Is this good? Can you guys hear me?
Shut up, Dave.
No one wants to hear you, Dave. Wait your
It's
turn.
not
Can we
your
hear
turn.
the sound effects from back here? Pew 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 pew.
Shing! Shing!
Surprisingly, yes.
Surprisingly,
Quite
it's-
well.
You did well.
Surprisingly, still funny.
Alright, okay.
I feel sorry for whoever has to listen to this. Look at all
Check.
the clipping.
Oh, that'll be Adam, and we
Yeah.
pre-clip, but we.
He's still
trim it
gonna
all-
suck.
Yeah, we trim it
Check
all.
1, 2,
It's gonna
1,
be
2.
great.
I still haven't known.
This one's for all the lovers out there.
Okay, Terry.
God,
I'm a
Terry.
wedding DJ.
Yes.
DJ Terry on the money.
How much do you charge per evening? For the DJ.
Other services later.